Four Midwest Guys presents The Night's Watch, a Game of Thrones podcast.
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. I am the sword in the darkness. I am the watcher on the walls. I am the shield that guards the realm of men.
We watch, we listen, and we remember. The past is already written, the ink is dry.
I thought he was the man to lead us through the long night. And I was wrong.
Show them what Lannisters are. What we do to our enemies. How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink, and I know things.
I believe men of talent have a part to play in the war to come. I will never sit around for it.
You could have another climb those steps and take that seat.
I'm not going to stop the wheel. I'm going to break the wheel.
They have no idea what's going to happen.
The real war is between the living and the dead. And make no mistake, the dead are coming.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Four Midwest Guys Presents A Night's Watch, a Game of Thrones podcast. Today we'll be reviewing Season 6, Episode 6, Blood of My Blood. With me today is Stephanie.
Hi, everybody.
You sound like you have a cold there, Steph.
Yeah, something.
Okay, we'll try not to strain your voice too much. And also with us is Johnny Z.
Remember this, boy. Remember this, boy. All dwarves may be bastards, yet not all bastards need be dwarves.
And there you go. He's back with the Tyrion references.
No one died in this episode, so I don't have to worry about being heartbroken.
Well, I think after last week's episode, they were like, we
give him a break.
Yeah.
And just as a side note, Aaron and Mr. Ankenbauer can be with us tonight. But like all Games of Thrones episodes, some people just aren't in all the episodes. So there you go.
Two Midwest guys and a gal.
There we go. Two Midwest guys and a gal. Boy, that sounds like a country music group.
Like we should have a pizza shop.
Yeah.
A pizza place.
Pizza place, two guys in a pizza place. Yeah. Two guys, a girl, pizza place. All right, so let's get into it here. So basically, they kind of, for once, they actually start off where we left off last week. They start with basically chasing of Bran and
Mira.
Mira,
yeah. Mira's basically like piggybacking Bran as he's still warging.
Yeah, she's not nearly as fast as Hodor. Oh, Hodor.
Or not so much. Not so much fast as strong. She's like a
14-year-old girl that's trying to fill in the physical gap of Hodor. I mean, that's that's definitely the problem with downsizing there.
Yeah, she's just not up for it, obviously. So, but she's doing her best, and while she's doing this, Bran's still kind of warging in and out
of history, of just everything, of what we've seen and what we haven't seen.
Yeah, we see the Mad King for the first time. And I think he says something like, burn them all.
With wildfire. Burn them all.
Burn them all.
I made a side note last night when John and I watched the episode
Oh, man,
again.
and this terrified me, too.
And when we come to... Are we going to actually talk about this right now?
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine.
Okay. So the Mad King is yelling, burn them all, and you see the priests pouring the wildfire. In season... 2, we had the Battle of Blackwater, which used all of the
wildfire under the kingdom in the ship to take out Stannis Baratheon's fleet. The 8,000 jars
of wildfire is gone.
Which
there's
here's
nothing
the thing
to burn them all with.
Which and we wonder, was he really so mad? Was he just mentally insane mad when he's talking about burning them all, or was he talking about burning all the White Walkers? Because as we see, later on in this scene, the thing that kills the White Walkers is fire.
One of the things. Yeah.
Right. So then maybe the king that was mad and trying to... and that's the other thing in his history, is he was trying to, experiment with drinking wildfire to see if he would become a dragon or whatever, but...
And the other thing, too, is they've used it all for that battle. The only thing that they have left that would even remotely... Take out that entire White Walker army is the 3 dragons.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That the dragon, we now know the dragon glass created them too, which is why it can kill them.
Yeah. So basically, I told John last night, I was like, so not only are we going to have Daenerys and her 3 dragons and all her army there, we're going to have Bran there because
He's supposed to be there to stop.
Spoiler alert, somebody else told him he's supposed to be there to stop them.
Yeah, that's coming up.
And to meet the White King.
The Night King, yeah.
So you've got Jon with his Valyrian steel, Daenerys with her dragons, and whoever has dragon's glass left. I mean, it's basically like handing out the weapons. Like, this is what you need. This is what we need to fight this army.
Yeah.
Because as we've seen last season, you can't just kill these people by any means. Like, in order to prevent them from being resurrected by the king, I mean, they have to burn.
But let's face it, though, the South has no idea what's going on.
No, which we've seen too. Yeah,
I mean,
even part of the North doesn't know.
Even if they're sending them ravens, they're ignoring them then because they're too consumed with their own issues and own battles.
Right,
constant civil wars essentially throughout the land.
But that was one of the things, like, in this really cool flashback, like you're seeing, like we've seen for the first time the Mad King, and we've seen Jaime assassinate him, and you see him basically looking like King Theoden when he's possessed by Saruman in the Two Towers.
It was very similar. I thought he had that mad, obviously. They called him the Mad King. Yeah.
But what was that's the thing that when Steph brought that up about the wildfire, I was thinking, was he driven mad because he knew what it was going to take to fight this oncoming army?
I don't know if he knew anything about it or not, or if he just was, he was so consumed by keeping his power and the people trying to take it from him.
They at that point in time, they thought he meant burn the whole country, burn
the people of King's Landing.
The people of King's Landing.
Yeah,
he may not have. The other thing that you see in the flashback, not only is the Mad King screaming "burn them all" and the wildfire, you also see somebody, because you don't really see a face, you see someone kill the Mad King. It's supposed to be Jaime Lannister, but we don't know.
Yeah. Well, it to me, I still say they're building up for a prequel series. I really think they are. They keep hinting at it. They're basically whetting our appetite by showing us the images, these scenes.
Because you've seen
there are rumor reports that HBO is reaching out to this actor and to this actress and blah blah.
I think it'd be weird because we already know who's gonna die.
Yeah, but if it's done right, I mean, you could probably
enjoy it.
You could enjoy it anyway. But yeah, we don't know much about the Mad King really. So whether did he see White Walkers in a vision and that's why he went mad?
Maybe
collecting all the wildfire.
I don't know.
Maybe he warged. We don't know.
Who knows?
But speaking of warging, we'll get back to... so not only does he see the Mad King, he sees Jaime. He sees Jaime push him out of the window. He relives that experience.
He gets a lot of Jaime history.
Yeah, really, yeah, when you think about it. And then he flashes back again and sees Ned as a young man again. So, and then...
Asking for Lyanna.
For Lyanna.
Yeah.
And... he also sees the Night King again. So a lot going on there in a very, very short window, I would say. Maybe a minute tops.
The other thing he sees, though, he sees somebody fall to their knees, and I don't know if that's Jon or Rob, or I couldn't really make out a face. It happened so quickly.
To me, it seemed... I like to think that everything that he saw was in the past.
Yeah.
I don't think anything he saw was the future.
Yeah, there's nothing in the future.
But yeah. So, I don't know.
Anyway.
It happened so quickly. Like I said, it was like less than a minute, it seemed like to me.
Oh, yeah, it was crazy.
It was like bing, bang, boom.
Yeah,
it's just like, okay.
It's one of those things that if you could, like, screen capture an entire sequence for a minute, you'd want to, like, get this and just analyze every shot that is,
Sorry. Mm-hmm. But that's what, like I said, we watched it again last night, and I was like, oh, wait a minute!
Wildfire! Burn the White Walkers!
I'm like, oh, crap! Anyway.
And you got rid of it all! Way to go, Tyrion!
So, Bran wakes up and...
Yep. Mira basically apologizes. Actually, he wakes up and he says they found us.
Yeah.
And she just basically apologizes.
She knows.
She can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She's basically telling Bran this is it. And just as they're about to meet their end, in comes... an old friend.
The Man in Black.
The Man in Black comes back, a.k.a. Bran's uncle, Ned's brother, and I cannot remember his name off the top. Benjen, thank you.
Which, he's been teased for so long, we haven't seen him since season 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's the person that, is like, that's the news that's given to him that causes Jon Snow to come out at the end of season 5 into the ambush. It's like, oh, Benjen's here. They go, oh, I gotta go see him, and then nope, and it's the ambush. So the name just passed me by so quickly that it was just revealed. Oh, Benjen. I'm like, who the fuck are you now? Who's this guy?
We were sitting here last Sunday watching the episode, and John goes, who's he? I went, like, that's Ned's brother. That's Bran's uncle.
That's what I did the same thing. I was like, it's the only person it could be. It's either that or a new character.
But it was so funny.
I was thinking maybe a resurrected Stannis or something, because the dead have been coming back this season.
That would be... I would not like that.
But
Stannis needs to stay dead. But
But in the books, there is another character who is resurrected that we are getting teased about. We're not going to sure if we're going to see or not, and that's Lady Stoneheart, who is also Catelyn Stark. Yeah.
We'll see. That would be an interesting turn of events.
The Starks are coming back to life.
But we learn, not only is Benjen an absolute badass in this scene, he has a flaming mace.
But yeah.
Yeah, and just obliterates the White Walkers that are chasing Bran and Mira.
Which, yeah, that's we should have prefaced with that, watching him, like, with the flaming mace hitting the White Walkers, that was what prompted Stefan to go, oh, that's how you kill them. You burn them. That's how you really kill them without them coming back.
Well, without Valyrian Steel or Dragon Glass. That's your third option. So, pretty cool stuff. We also find out that, he takes his mask off or whatever. I don't know what you would call it. Anyway, his shroud.
Basically his shroud. Like, because he had, like, a thing covering his nose and mouth. All you could see was his eyes. I mean, there's like a hood over him.
And he takes it off, and he's very pale. And he looks almost like a White Walker, but not quite. He's like half White Walker, half man. And we find out that he was in the process of changing over to White Walker when the Children of Nature, the little nymphs from we saw last episode, actually were able to reverse the process just in time, I guess. So he's kind of...
He's in between both worlds, yeah.
So to speak. He's almost like a Blade-like character. He can walk.
Yeah, he's the Day Walker.
And so that's going to be an interesting thing. I don't know if that means anything.
It probably could. I mean, didn't we lose like all the nymphs in the last episode?
Yeah, there's nobody to help Bran but him now.
Well, there's also nobody that can knows the process to bring back all the other White Walkers and the kings.
Yeah.
According to what Bran, he said, how, we thought you were dead. He said, I was, but then the children brought me back, and now I'm a servant of the Three-Eyed Raven. The Three-Eyed Raven called me and told me to come.
Yeah.
And Bran says, well, he's dead, so he said, yeah, and now you're going to take over.
You're the Three-Eyed Raven.
Yeah. And he's also kind of cold to the touch too, which is kind of strange. Mm-hmm. So he's, like I said, he's kind of half White Walker. So I don't know. It's just kind of, like I said,
he's got a career as a nurse.
But yeah, I keep looking at him. I'm like, yeah, you're the White Walker Blade. I can't get that out of my head. I don't know. Maybe it's just the nerd in me going
Blade Walker.
There we go.
But anyway, Benjen, goes on to tell him, you're going to be the Three-Eyed Raven now. Mm-hmm. Bran's kind of freaking out because he's like, I'm not ready. But Benjen reassures him and says, when everything comes to a head, and when the Night King, White King,
the Night King, yeah,
Night King comes to the land of men, because he says one day he will find a way to get to the land of men. Mm-hmm. You'll be there to stop him.
Yeah,
which I thought was like, okay, so you're gonna be there. You're gonna be there. Yeah.
And actually, when he says to Bran, when Bran says that the Three-Eyed Raven is dead, and Benjen says, but he lives on, or he says something to him. I can't remember the exact words, but anyway, it leads credence to the whole theory that Bran is the Three-Eyed Raven, that the old man is Bran.
Right.
So he basically
Isn't that what I said last week?
Yeah, that's what you said last week.
And so to me, that does lead credence to that he's the paradox, that he actually is himself, and that
the old man under the tree and the roots,
right, is actually just an old version of Bran to begin with.
Which again, I think we should point out between we've had like an interesting career of Max von Sydow, basically just being there to die. in every project.
It does seem like at least he got a few episodes.
Right. Between Star Wars,
I'll show you the dark side.
The Exorcist.
Yeah. Which is too bad because he really is. I like his voice. I like how he.
He's a great actor. Yeah.
I
mean, he's been around since like the Ingmar Bergman times.
So, but yeah, pretty cool overall. We got some more. We're getting a little bit more backstory. So now it sounds like it's going to be Bran, Mira, and Benjen. The what do we call him? Blade Walker.
The Blade Walker.
The Blade Walker.
Blade Walker and company.
The only ones that can basically they're there to save the world, so to speak.
Or the guides. I mean, they could be like the messengers that just rally everybody together. I mean, that's what it seems like it's shaping up to be.
Yeah, because they'll be able. Obviously, Benjen would be able to get, and Bran would obviously be able to get Jon Snow to help. And
oh yeah,
and whatchamacallit, so Sansa and all the rest of them together. So at least the North anyway would be ready to fight him.
Right.
And as we'll see about the North, I mean, there's a little bit of a tumultuous relationship already going on up there as well.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next scene, which would be we go all the way down. We're heading south, way south down to Bravos. We return to Bravos. And Arya is on her big mission to assassinate the actress. They show a little bit more of the play. She goes there and she watches more of the play. She kind of goes back and forth. She laughs at Joffrey when he dies. We saw that kind of last time, and she's just kind of going back and forth. And
which I love that scene. Like everybody's like, "Oh, so sad," and she's the only one in the audience laughing.
Yeah, everybody else is real serious, and she's just dying laughing.
It's like me sitting in an Adam Sandler audience, except I'm the only one not laughing.
I don't know how that is. There's something wrong with you, but anyway.
Anyway, so she's watching that. She's the only one there. It's definitely cathartic, and as we learn, that'll be like her third time seeing this play.
Yeah. When we also see the younger actress, while the older actress is playing Cersei, she's actually mouthing her lines in the background.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Showing that she wants that role.
Her little All About Eve moment.
Right. Exactly. So definitely some jealousy going on there. So a girl basically sneaks behind the scenes again, and she poisons the actress's drink. But she kind of gets the woman's what's the woman's name? I think it's Lady Crane.
And she like basically that. She doesn't get a chance to like sneak out before the cast actually comes back to the dressing room.
Yeah, and basically, I'm struggling here a little bit. Sorry, guys. It was Lady Crane. She kind of she comes into contact with Lady Crane, and they have this little conversation about acting. What would you change?
Well, yeah, because she's yelling at the writer, director, whoever, saying like, "Oh, these lines are terrible," and the guy's of course like, "No, my lines are perfect. You cannot change them." Because she, as an actress, knows that it doesn't feel right. Like what the line she's saying during the Joffrey death speech it's not true. And of course, with Arya being there and being noticed, that's what happens. She says, "Well, what do you think's wrong with it?
What would you change?
What would you change?" And Arya, of course, being the girl with no name, still holds true to her name. She knows. She knows what Cersei would feel. It's like, Cersei's not sad that her son's dead. Cersei's angry.
Right.
It's like Cersei does not just feel this sudden tragic...
She gets even.
Right. She behaves like a Lannister would.
Right. Exactly. So they have their little conversation. She goes back. She's about to drink the poison drink, and Arya... Poor Arya.
She was just about to leave, too.
Yeah, and she goes back in, smacks the drink from her hand, warns her of the jealousy of the other
and just
actress.
says, "Watch out for that one." Points to the young girl back there, like, she wants you dead.
Yeah, you're going to be dead. Yeah. Just FYI.
And right before that, the actress actually has a moment that that Arya would struggle with carrying it out, because she has that moment where she says, it's like, "How many times have you seen this play, girls?" Like, "Because I've seen you in the audience 3 times." And it's like, has this, taken hold? Like, has the acting taken hold? Like, last time this happened, it was with me, and then I went out and joined this troupe instantly. So, I mean,
right,
because she's basically identifying with the girl in some respects. So, yeah, of course, Arya's got that connection. The second I heard that, I went, "Oh, she's not going to carry it out."
No, it was funny because the older actress, Lady Crane, almost seemed like she was trying to recruit her. Almost.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the mentor that sometimes you have in acting or in the behind the scenes.
Well, I think Lady Crane also knew something was behind Arya as well, because Arya told her what she thought Cersei would do and get angry, do all that stuff. And she could almost see that whatever Arya was wearing, the persona that Arya was displaying, was completely and utterly fake up until that point. Because she looked at her and said, "What's your name?"
That's true. And
Arya goes, "Mercy, I need to go now because my father's probably looking for me."
Yeah, she's like, "I gotta go."
Yeah,
that's true. I forgot about that. And she, it's like she even points out to her. She goes, "Why do you keep coming to see this stupid play?" Because she's noticed her before. She remembers her from before. So yeah, she knows she's onto her at some point. So she smacks the drink away. Says, "Watch out for this one. She wants you dead." And of course, there in the background, we see Waif.
Yeah.
Or I think her name was Waif. Or the other girl.
Yeah, it is Waif.
Is it Waif?
Yeah. And she gets this nice big smile on her face. She's like, "Ha ha, you're in trouble." And she runs off to the master, the faceless man. And
many god servant.
Yeah.
Yakin or Jaqen? Or
yeah.
Is that Jaqen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Arya basically gives up her whole
serving the faceless god.
Serving the faceless god.
She can no longer be a girl with no name. We've seen that from episode 1 of this season.
I never thought she could be a girl with no name. I'm sorry.
Arya has too much drive behind her. She has a list. She has her own stuff to do.
She has her own agenda.
I knew she would leave, but I didn't think it would be this early. I thought she'd learn a little bit more. Maybe learn how to put other people's faces on.
She did last over half a season.
Yeah, I know. But I thought,
or a season and a half, actually.
I knew she would. To me, I always thought Arya was going to use him, even though he's pretty wise. But at the end, she was going to get everything she could from him, and then leave. Whether she killed him, probably not killed him, but I don't, because he's really been her only friend.
He's basically been her only friend. She's had a few small friends along the way, except for the one that got killed by the Hound.
Well, when Jaqen hears that, the girl with no name didn't complete her mission.
Yeah,
Waif is almost actually excited.
Oh
yeah, she is. Oh yeah, because that's her. That's her chance
like,
to.
It's like I said, and Jaqen goes, "It's a shame.
Don't let her."
She had many talents.
Many talents,
and it was like, oh. He actually liked her. Okay, he wanted to see her succeed.
Yeah.
But granted, that's killing somebody, and I don't think Arya could kill an innocent person.
If they weren't on her list.
An innocent person.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, yeah, she has that... the Starks are always the one that seem to take the moral ground, or at least they try.
Yeah.
Right, in the series. So last scene, we see... obviously, the Faceless Man sends Waif off to kill her. And we see Arya... take out Needle.
Needle has returned.
You promised me.
Needle from her where she buried it. She pulls it from the rock.
She's taking her identity back.
Yeah, she's becoming Arya again.
Yeah, it's almost like she's pulling what they call it,
Excalibur. It's more like I think that's more like her name tag. That's her calling card is having Needle.
Yeah, it identifies with her character.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, she basically then she goes under that. Was that tunnel, bridge, or wherever she's under?
Yeah, she goes into some little. I guess I call it a cave or something.
Yeah,
and she literally blows out the light she's gonna hide for a while.
Like there's only one candle down there, and she blows it out, and she's just in complete darkness.
I just don't know why you would do that. If I were her, I would just keep moving and keep on moving.
Because as we've seen from these people, they the faceless assassins, they stretch way far out. I mean, hell, they were over in. What was it? I can't remember his name. Who's the guy we hate this season now to replace Joffrey? Ramsay. Yeah, we saw him in Ramsay's territory over there, and he easily killed how many of those people himself?
Yeah,
yeah. Season 2.
without thinking about it.
Wasn't in Ramsay's territory.
It would have been because they were at that dead, essentially the dead castle.
Yeah, the dead castle. That Tywin went to visit.
Yeah, I forget the name of it now.
Anyway, but yeah,
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock. Yeah, there we go. Hey,
Encyclopedia's back. We didn't confuse you with comic references before this podcast, so you're back.
Hey, we got her caught up on the X-Men cartoon now. She knows who Apocalypse is.
Anyway,
let's not overload her. All right, so that ends our. We go from Bravos to Horn Hill, which looks surprisingly a lot like Rome. Or this giant house.
That's what I said too.
It would look like Roman columns.
Yeah, Greece. Yeah,
Greece.
Cracked me
Rome,
up.
kind of
I'm like, what the hell?
So we've gone from medieval architecture to like Roman architecture.
Roman architecture.
We're going back in time.
I was like, holy crap, this thing's huge. I was thinking it was like a small kingdom with a small No, apparently he's part of a huge family.
Yeah,
and that they're a much bigger deal than I thought.
Well, this family is all. Well, first let's talk about who we're going to talk about here, and that's Samuel and his family.
Lord Tarly.
Lord Tarly, and this is all part of the Riverlands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
River Run.
Right.
Tarly, I believe it hasn't really been said, but Tarly's part of the
Tullys. Was it?
No. Tarly, to me, would probably be like a general in Blackfish's army, and Blackfish is the hierarchy. Blackfish is the uncle to Catelyn Stark.
Right.
And
this is where I started getting confused with the genealogy.
Yeah, I didn't. He's a Tully, and basically, he's pissed off at the other person in River Run,
which we'll get to.
Would be
we'll get to that later.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, Samuel returns home. Yay!
Yep.
He brings Gilly and baby Sam with them.
But like the whole trip, he's telling her, "This is what you have to say."
And you cannot say you're a wildling because my father hates wildlings. He's prejudiced against wildlings.
He didn't so much say that in so many words, because I think had he actually said that, she would have gotten it and not brought up the fact that. Well, we'll get to that part later.
But the whole purpose is Sam is dropping Gilly. Jilly and little Sam off because he's going to join the Citadel, become a maester. He wants his family to take care of Jilly and Sam so that he can do this and go help Jon again.
Yeah.
Right.
And to me, Lord Tarly, I think his name was Randall, seems like a very grizzled old man. Apparently Sam...
River Run's got a lot of those.
Apparently, Sam was his firstborn.
Yeah.
And he's his least favorite of all.
Yeah.
I mean, Sam told us that when he got to Castle Black seasons ago, but man, did they drive that point home?
Oh my god, I think mostly because he doesn't seem like a fighter is why his father doesn't like him, and he's overweight.
Yeah.
He's the exact opposite of his brother. Of his younger brother.
Well, and he's just, exactly. And his younger brother loves Sam. You can see that.
Yeah.
But you can see that the whole time he's just staring.
The father's kind of an asshole. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a complete asshole.
Which, as we've seen with a lot of the fathers on this show, but from, like, Tywin Lannister to Tyrion and, like, basically even Ramsay's father to him as well. Yeah. I mean, there's been some bad father figures in the show.
I think so far Ned's been the only good one.
Ned's been the only good one. That's why he had to go.
Yeah. And so he's just kind of berating Sam the whole time. Finally, Gilly just stands up for him, says, she's not going to take that crap, and starts saying, well, Sam's a hero. He's killed it then.
It's like back when we were north above the wall.
Yeah, beyond the wall.
Beyond the wall, and suddenly
wait, what?
He's like,
why are you in the north?
What, so you're beyond the wall? Where are you from, Gilly?
Yeah. Oh, he killed a White Walker with dragonglass, and he's killed.
Oh, and this is and again, that's the first time we see that.
She's named all his accomplishments, and it sounds any father would be proud of him.
Well, right, but even at the table, this is what we hear. Yeah, this is when we hear that they say he killed a White Walker, and they're like, oh, they don't exist. So, like, at this table, we're still hearing that nobody believes in the White Walkers or anything else, like this oncoming, like, threat.
Yeah. But, it was...
It's like you're saying, but no one believes this except for,
Yeah.
So she lets it slip that, she's a wildling. Finally, she just admits it. She is indeed a wildling. He gets pretty much even more vicious. He becomes even more angry to the point where finally his wife says, "I've lost my appetite," and good for her. She kind of sticks it to him, and
the first time we've seen the wife actually stand up to a husband's assholishness.
And it kind of, I think that kind of takes him back maybe just a little bit. But anyway, we're left with Lord Randall, Sam's younger brother, Dickon.
I don't know.
We'll just call him Dick. And
the non-asshole.
And Sam are the only ones at the table. Eventually, that's right. Randall goes into the whole thing about the Tully family. He points to, we find yet another sword. They really love the name sword.
Made of Valerian steel.
Yeah, another Valerian steel sword. This one is Heartsbane, apparently is its name. It's one of the few left. Everybody says it's always a few left, but they always keep finding another.
Yeah.
So let's see, we have
Jon Snow's
Longclaw,
Oathkeeper, and now Heartsbane.
Yeah, and there's also but Ed Stark's, which was split in two, which became Oathkeeper, and there's another one out there.
Okay.
That Lannister had, that Tywin had.
Hang on.
Really?
Yeah, because he split it. He gave one to Jaime, and Jaime gave that to Brienne, and then Tywin kept the other one. So there is another one floating out there, if I remember right.
So we've got the Blackfire, the ancestral Targaryen sword. A lot of them are Targaryen swords. I'm looking. I'm just now pulling it up. Ice.
That was Ed's. That was Ed Stark's.
Yeah. Which was broken down into Oathkeeper and Widow's Wall, which was given to Joffrey.
Wall. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's where that
Longclaw, Jon Snow, Bright Roar. Apparently, and of course Tommen loses it.
Bright Roar.
Yeah, the ancestral sword of House Lannister, which Tommen has lost on his expedition to Valeria.
Is that from the books, I take it? Because I don't remember seeing that in an episode.
Yeah, that hasn't been talked about.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
And then, I'm just looking through. We got Heartsbane.
Mm-hmm.
And who else? The ancestral sword of House Corbray, it looks like.
Yeah. So, anyway, so to me, this makes the Tullys a pretty big house. I mean, they're a powerhouse.
Yeah, they're kind of important. Yeah.
Yeah, that they have a Valerian steel. They have a name sword. So as far as great houses go, they're up there.
Well, we have a hall.
Yeah.
They're not the Tullys though. Tully is Blackfish. This is
Tully and Tarly.
Tarly, sorry.
Yeah.
The Tarly house.
Okay, George Martin, when you're making all these names, don't make them this close to sounding the same. Tarly, Tully, you're killing me here.
Yeah, it definitely is screwing my mind a little bit.
Just trying to make it right, y'all.
But we got Stephanie. She's the encyclopedia. So.
Yeah. The women trying to keep sense of everything in the Game of Thrones universe.
Hey, I'm here to help. That's all I am. To enjoy and help.
All right, so the scene basically ends with Randall, being the asshole that he is, says, "Well, don't worry, we'll raise the kid, and your wife can be. We need a kitchen worker, so yeah, we'll take care of him." Yeah.
But they basically tell Sam that you have to be gone by morning. This is the last time you'll see your wife and child.
Yeah, and this will be the last night you spend in Hornhill.
Yeah, dick move, bro.
Yeah, very dick move. And but that's the deal he strikes. He says, "We'll raise them, but you can never come back." Essentially, basically trying to write off his son yet again.
Yeah.
So then, next scene we see is Sam trying to make his leave of Gilly and little Sam.
His little Sam that night.
And he actually leaves, closes the door, and then he comes right back in.
Good for him.
Goes in, grabs Gilly, says we're leaving, and I don't know where they're going at this point.
I don't think they do either.
Yeah, and basically says that and he takes the sword. He grabs the sword.
He tells Gilly, and she goes, "Won't you do it?" She goes, but you're going to this. He goes, "I don't care. We're a family. We need to stay together, and you and little Sam are coming with me, and that's it."
Yeah.
And like you started to say, he takes the sword.
Which I think he's going to sell. for money.
Oh, you better not.
I got a feeling.
I don't think he's going to sell it.
You sold a Hattori Hanzo sword.
I don't think he's going to sell it.
No.
I think he took it to piss his father off.
That's,
make
yeah,
his
he
father
really
come
did.
after
So
him.
he's going to hold on to it just for
I
the
just
sword.
don't know where they're going to go. The Citadel does not accept
No,
women and children.
they don't.
So.
But the fact that he has that Valyrian steel sword, I'm going to bet dollars to donuts they're on their way to King's Landing.
And he's going to use the
And
name.
he'll be there when all this other shit happens.
Well, we're lining up all the pieces.
And all the swords are going to be there.
And the dragons.
And maybe the dragons.
And maybe the dragons.
And everybody's going to be right there smack dab in the south.
I don't know. I mean, he still has to go to the Citadel. He still has to learn. And
Why?
Billy and Little Sam.
Why?
Because he needs the knowledge. That was the whole point of him going in the first place.
Well,
was to help John to be the expert, to be the all-knowing, to be the wise. He's the Merlin to Arthur.
You know what? We have
to John,
4 episodes left and another season.
Yeah.
We got this.
We'll see. We'll see how everything starts playing out.
I'm just trying to figure out where they're going to go and how they're going to live. But
I think eventually his mom will find him and help him.
Okay, so moving on. We return to King's Landing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, we got the awesome sight of the Tyrell family's army coming down the street, and Jaime just like,
Timey.
Go on?
Yeah, but before that, we see that Tommen is reunited with the Queen.
Oh, right.
And the Queen has completely bought in, at least for now.
Has she?
I don't think so.
Has she?
I don't know either.
I don't think so.
But at least up to this point, maybe it's a political move on her part, but
Yeah.
I have seen the light to Tommen.
I don't think so.
Tommen.
The moment she went into that cell with her brother, I mean, she was already quoting the scripture and everything back to the High Sparrow. I mean, telling him everything he wanted to hear. But the second she got into that cell with her brother, she's like, we need to stay strong and be ourselves. So I was like, oh, yeah, she's planning something. So yeah, I mean, maybe she's...
And Tommen coming in and getting to see her, fine. But I honestly do not believe that this girl sold out to religion.
No, because she actually, the way she talks to Tommen,
Maybe.
she's trying to feel him out to see how he feels about the High Sparrow.
This girl is so good at chess.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
and chess is a very long game.
She's better than Cersei ever.
She has a very, very picturesque end game. You cannot see it, but trust me, it is there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so she convinces. So the Tyrell army, they show up, led by Jaime, which I was surprised by because I thought that.
Well, he
was
basically
going to lay back with the rest of them.
I think that's his way of laying back. Is just to ride his horse up the stairwell
right at the
to cut off Marjorie before her walk of atonement.
Yeah.
Which they're just about going through the speech, having that start. I mean, Marjorie's grandmother comes out of the, her carousel or whatever.
And it wasn't so much before the Walk of Atonement as it was he went up there because the Sparrow almost kind of dared him.
Of course he did. He said, we're prepared to die.
Yeah.
And need be.
Okay.
But not today.
Not today.
And out walks the king.
It's like, but there will be no Walk of Atonement
With Margie.
because you have brought another to the light.
And Tommen, and so you've got Tommen Marjorie, and the Sparrow walking hand in hand.
Tommen
to the cheers of the crowd.
Tommen being the young, beautiful blonde tits he is. And I'm sorry, but yeah.
Basically being an airheaded bimbo.
Basically, this poor kid is getting played by not only the High Sparrow or the High Scepter, but he's also getting played by his wife.
And his mother.
And his mother.
And his father.
And this kid has no freaking idea.
Nope. But
it's awesome.
But he's totally chosen Marjorie. And it's...
Well, he loves Marjorie.
Oh, yeah.
Why does he love Marjorie? Because Marjorie can do stuff
Because Marjorie convinced him that he loves
can't.
Marjorie. Marjorie convinced him he loves Marjorie.
The best part, Jaime looks completely pissed off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jaime's look.
Mace Tyrell, who's leading the Tyrell army, turns to the old queen and goes, What's going on?
What just happened?
What just happened?
We just lost. We've been beaten. She just looks to him, idiot.
She's like, you fool. Because that's her son.
Yeah.
That's her son. And first of all, he's on his horse. He cannot ride his horse. He has to have somebody pulling it, which cracked me up. I'm like, really? You can't, kick? Are you kidding me?
He clearly can't lead anything.
He can't lead a damn thing. And that's why Jamie just started laughing at him when he saw the army walking up before they went into the city. He just kind of chuckled and was like, okay,
yeah,
whatever. But it made me laugh because this old woman has been playing all these games as well, and
they
finally got beaten.
They were outmaneuvered by the Sparrow. Yep. For now, anyway. Whether Marjorie is playing along or she's actually bought in, either way, for now, the Sparrow has completely fucked over the Tyrell,
King's Landing and the
Lannisters. And the Lannisters plot.
And we cut straight back to the Great Hall, and it probably has one of my favorite disarmoring sequences. I've never seen a person angrily throw off armor
remember,
Jamie did.
He has one hand.
But yeah, just the way he did it with one hand, it was just beautiful.
He basically rips off his whole armor.
Throws it in front of him.
Yeah. Jamie has to obey him, but at the same time, Jamie knows he's his father. I'm pretty sure Tommen knows he's his father. At the same time,
I don't think so.
Tommen, God bless you, Tommen. You're
adorable, but no, I doubt it.
Yeah. But anyway, he tells Jamie that his time in the King's Guard is no more.
And any attack against the Sparrows is an attack against the state, church and state. Be damned.
Essentially, he accuses him of treason without charging him with treason, and says, "Therefore, you must step down." But I'm going to send you to River Run instead to take back the castle that Blackfish has taken from us. We must have this back
because we invested so much in Walder Frey all that while back.
Walder Frey, you fucker! I hope you. I can't wait to see what happens to that guy.
Anyway.
So we just it's basically that's essentially what happens, but it's interesting. It seems like there's going to be a big frickin' battle at River Run.
I mean, because you want to know who the players are?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jamie's on his way to River Run.
Yep.
Blackfish is already there.
Yep.
That's his home.
Right.
He's not going to give it up.
No. And he could be.
Brienne is on her way there, so we're going to have a nice little, "Hey, Jamie, how's it going?" kind of thing. Remember me?
And Brienne doesn't go anywhere without
Sansa.
Sansa's with John.
Sansa's going with John.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But guess who else is at River? Who's with Brienne? The guy who's been eyeing Brienne the whole time.
Oh my God! Our favorite wildling.
Oh my God!
Our favorite ginger wildling.
So ginger wildling chief.
Oh wait, what
Brienne and Jamie?
And
all
Jamie.
In the same
place. Yeah.
But I think you might be right though, John. Because Sansa and John, I think, are going there.
They're going to
get the army.
Yeah, they need to get their army.
They're rounding up the houses. They
have to round up the houses in the north to
go
take
against
back
the Boltons.
Winterfell.
To take Winterfell back.
Because the Karstarks are part of the Bolton banner. But
there are other houses though.
Yeah, the North is basically trying to rally up all their alliances.
Anyway, there's going to be this huge battle, like you said, Brian. And all the players are going to be freaking kick-ass. But it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Because the one, Lord Walder Frey, this is the place where the Red Wedding happened.
Right.
And the Red Wedding, let's talk about this, was supposed to be Robb Stark marries one of Walder Frey's daughters.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Didn't know which one either.
He wasn't told which one. That was just how it was supposed to happen because Catelyn, Tully at the time was supposed to marry one of his sons. Yeah. She didn't. She married Ned Stark.
Yep.
Okay? So that pissed off Walder Frey. So Catelyn said, "Okay, well, I'll give you my firstborn son, and he can marry one of your daughters." Great. We were on our way to do that until he met the beautiful nurse on
lady.
The battlefield.
Way to go,
and
Rob.
marries and knocks her up. Wonderful. well, I can't marry one of your daughters. Sorry. So here's my uncle. Huh? Mm-hmm. That wasn't part of the deal.
Yep.
That pissed off Walder Frey.
Mm-hmm. And you never piss off the janitor of Hogwarts, apparently.
So Walder Frey...
Walter Frey's got to come in big time, though.
Yeah, Walder Frey, Bruce Bolton, all were bannermen for the Lannisters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And became bannermen for the Lannisters at the Red Wedding when they killed Jon Stark and his wife and his mother.
Right. Robb Stark? Or?
Sorry.
It was
yeah,
Robb
Stark.
You said Jon Stark.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. The bastard.
Voice hurts, stomach hurts, leave me alone.
You're doing good.
Anyway, so Robb Stark, his wife, their child, and his mother all died at this Red Wedding. Mm-hmm. However, his uncle Edmure still got married to the daughter on their wedding night.
And
you
they
thought, yay, they're going to have a wedding night.
Yeah.
Nope, he's going to jail. So sorry for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still alive. We find out he's still alive.
Yep.
Because Walder Frey says, I want my castle back, you assholes. How did you lose the fucking castle? It's still there. You don't lose a castle.
Yeah. And here's your bargaining chip.
Yeah. And you show them the knife you killed Robb Stark and his bride and their baby.
And their unborn.
And you show them the knife that killed his niece. And, here's his nephew. He'll run. He'll give you the castle back.
Yeah. Now, remember what they said about Walder Frey. And the whole thing about the gods. About somebody who invites somebody into his own house and then basically betrays them.
Yeah.
That person, there was this whole fairy tale about that person became a rat and that he had to live in squalor.
And essentially he has, we find out. Like, since season 3, I mean, he's been losing favor. He's been losing parts of his kingdom.
He's been losing bannermen.
Yeah, he's basically stuck in that same hall that he had the Red Wedding massacre in.
So I don't think Walder Frey will die, but I think Walder Frey is going to end up suffering.
Because during his little speech, during his speech, he stands up and goes, I am not dead yet, but God damn it if I'll be damned if I'm going to lose River Run to those bass fish.
We've been under the Tullys, kissing the Tullys' boots long enough.
Bass fish.
Yeah. So yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's like.
I think he's going to be left to suffer.
I'm not dead yet.
He's going to see his whole empire crumble, and he'll be left.
Well,
he will.
His sons will be killed.
Then you have our permission to, and then you have our permission to die.
But I honestly think,
exactly.
I honestly think that either Sansa or Jon is going to kill Walder Frey.
Mm-hmm.
After every single one of his children are killed, one of them is going to kill him.
All right, so let's talk about this very briefly because we are running a little long.
Shocker.
What about the whole Lady Stoneheart?
Like I mentioned, we were getting teased that for so long. I mean,
we keep talking about Catelyn.
Catelyn keeps getting brought up more and more.
We were talking about Benjen, and ta-da! Benjen shows up.
The red woman brings her back. Somebody brings her back.
Someone. I mean, you don't necessarily need red women to bring people back, as we were discovering on the show. That's just one manner. I mean, she's gonna come back. I don't know how. I don't read the book, so I don't know how Lady Stoneheart comes back. But, yeah, that's one of the things I'm reading in some of the notes here. We hear about the Brotherhood Without Banners, which in that band is also Lady Stoneheart. So, I mean, we're getting the teasings. And as far as, like, anybody who deserves to kill Walder Frey, I mean, who better than the resurrected corpse of Catelyn Stark to murder Walder Frey?
That would be sweet. That would be pretty sweet. All right, so final scene of the show. And probably my favorite, even though I really liked all the River Run setup going on. Can she run for president? Because
oh my god, sure, Khaleesi for president. Yes, in 2016, I freaking love it.
And Dragon as the vice. Oh wait, would we have a Tyrion as vice president? That'd be the best ever.
I'm done.
That's it.
Sold. Sign me up. It's better than what we got right now.
Oh my god, it's better than any candidate party. I will follow the naked woman with dragons.
So we see somewhere in the desert, wherever the hell they are, they're riding out in the desert, and Khaleesi's on her horse, And suddenly she says, she kind of stops and she takes off by herself, disappears.
Well, Daria, before that, is talking to her, saying, like, you're not, it's like, you don't seem like you're a leader. You seem, he's like, leader doesn't suffice for you. You're a conqueror. And then she's like, okay.
I'll be
back.
Well, I think she does that because I think she kind of hears or she sees some dust move and she kind of hears what she thinks might be her dragon.
Yeah.
So she kind of goes off on her own to make sure.
Right. She knows her badass.
And everybody's like looking around like, where'd she go?
Yeah,
What's going
did she
on?
just leave us here?
She leave again? What's happening?
Yeah.
And then she comes back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Riding Drago.
The big fucking dragon. The big
black
one.
monster. The biggest of the three.
Yep. And basically lands, and this is one of the things I'm watching, like, their editors have to know how to speak Dothraki, because they timed all of her inflections, all of her speeches to them perfectly. And she's giving this speech, will you ride the wooden horses with me across the ocean to take the King's Landing? And they're all cheering. It's like, will you defeat the enemy in their stone and their iron armor? Yeah. Will you burn down their stone houses? And we're just like, yeah.
It's just like a political speech.
Oh my god, it was
on a dragon.
Fantastic.
But will you give me the thing that Khal Drogo
will you give me what Khal Drogo
me?
Promised me in front of the Mother of Mountains?
Yeah.
She's invoking their religion.
She's
invoking power.
Will you follow me now? Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, and always, yeah. Sure. And poor Dario's just sitting there going, holy shit.
Crap. What have I woken up?
Yeah, I mean, just talk about just an absolute... I don't even know how to break it down. I don't even know where to start. You got the power of her sitting on the dragon in front of the people, saying, I'm not like the others. You don't, you just have to give me what Khal Drogo promised me. All the, are you willing to ride? Just this beautiful political speech, just absolutely enthralling them. She's got the Dothraki wrapped around her finger now for sure. There's no doubt about it after that scene.
Well, and especially when she said, usually a Khal only picks 3 of you to be, his closest friends and ride with him and stuff like that. I'm choosing all of you.
Right, so you'll all have an equal part, essentially, is what she's saying. And just, oh my God, just, I still have a hard time wrapping my mind around it because it's such an awesome scene. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and the funny thing is some people... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John.
Some people after that scene are actually saying, well, if she's a conqueror, does that make Daenerys a villain?
She could be. It depends on how power hungry she becomes. Will she become her father?
Right. Will she give in to madness?
Or is she going to keep her moral standards and high grounds that she's had the whole time?
Right.
Whether she was a peasant roaming the desert with very few people following her, to leading an empire in Marine, or to now the Dothraki. Now she's just got to put it all together and head across the sea.
Well, and I made a mistake last week. I said that her and John were probably half brother and sister. John, my husband, I actually went through the whole
Targaryen lineage,
and actually Daenerys is.
If the R+L=J theory does hold to be true,
then Daenerys is his aunt.
Oh, okay.
Because she's the direct descendant
of her brother.
Right, and she's the daughter of the king, and Rhaegar's the son of the king.
Their brother and sister.
Their brother and sister. She's the youngest.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
So I made a mistake. Sorry, but yeah.
But yeah.
I didn't even think about it in the sense that it was a mistake, but...
So...
It's like, wow, that little Dany's an ant. Possibly.
So take the Dothraki, you go back to Marine.
Yeah.
Kill the Harpies.
You kill the Harpies. You rally the Unsullied. You have Tyrion and Varys. And the Red Lady.
And
what
are we forgetting?
Who am I forgetting here?
Dario's group.
Oh, Dario, the assassin. The mercenaries, yeah.
All rallied on your side, all around you.
Let's just quickly kill off Dorne, because they're annoying us at this point anyway.
We haven't even seen Dorne
since the first episode.
And notice how great it's been?
Well, but they're a wild card now. They've always been the wild card, and they are again. But yeah, just talk about a massive political military just juggernaut.
All she needs now is boats.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
Bring back the boats that got burned.
And the Mad King of the Salt King is...
And guess who's on their way?
Yeah, the Salt
with boats.
Well, if he ever finds some fucking trees, but yeah.
I know, right? But I think Yara is going to get there first.
Who? Yara?
Yara.
Oh, and Theon?
Yeah.
Maybe. That would be cool.
Because
that would be a much better alliance.
They took the fastest ships.
Because
they took all the ships.
They took the best ships.
Because Theon will talk his sister into helping out, the Starks. So yeah, that would be an interesting thing. But all right, so let's. Lord knows we've talked about it, and there's only 3 of us, and we still talked about it a long time.
Because I'm sorry, but
no, go ahead.
Daenerys asked Dario while they were, walking through the desert. She goes, "How many ships do you think I would need to carry all of this to King's Landing?" He goes, "At least 1,000."
Yeah.
Ta-da!
So instead of a face that launched 1,000 ships, it's a face on a dragon that launched.
Yeah.
That launches 1,000 ships. All right. So
I don't know. I'd see a dragon. I'd kind of want to either follow the dragon or run away from it.
All right, we got to end.
All right. So let's just get right into final thoughts and grades. All right, Steph, go ahead. I'll let you have first. Blaze first.
I gave it an A. Mm-hmm. Just because so many things were not spoiled, but now we're talking about different...
Reinforced.
Yeah, thank you. Reinforced. Characters are being brought back. Characters are being talked about. There's an end game. You see an end game, and you're just like, you cannot wait for it to happen. But getting there is going to be so much fun.
We got a ways to go, but yeah.
I know, but getting there is going to be so much fun and so cool to watch.
Indeed. Indeed. I couldn't agree more. In fact, I'll follow that. I'll say, I give it an absolute A. They are setting things up. There are still... Dorne remains the wild card. They're the X factor in all this. I don't know how the Lannisters are going to fight a war on 2 fronts yet again and survive.
They don't have the army.
They don't have the finances anymore either.
Yeah, I mean, they've got... Not only do they have to fight a war now in the Riverlands again, now they also have to eventually...
Keep safe from Dorne.
They're going to have to fight Dorne. And then eventually they're going to have to fight the massive thing that is the Khaleesi's army at some point.
Let's not forget religion.
Yeah, and the Sparrows, if there's anything left.
And then the White Walkers as they make their way down.
If there's anything left.
Yeah. And the White Walkers are going to be there to pick up the pieces.
And, we still have a civil war to fight in the north with Jon and Ramsay and Sansa. It just, wow. But anyway, yeah. I'm getting too macro here. Let's get back down to the episode. The episode itself, amazing. Great reveals. Really love the flashback scenes at the beginning with Bran. I still think they're heading for some sort of a prequel series because I think they have to give whatchamacallit time to develop more material before we go forward. So I actually think we might go backward for a little while.
If George Martin survives after.
Well, I think they need to give Martin more time to write. I think that's why they're hinting so hardly.
Maybe they just give it to the series writers.
Well, I think we'll take like a diversion. I don't know. Do you remember the series Spartacus where they actually went back for a season or 2?
I never watched it, but yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I think we might be up for something similar. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Great episode. I give it an absolute A+. John?
I was on the fence about it at first, but the more I reflect on it, it's actually... I gotta give it an A because it's... I was originally going to give it like an A- because like the reveal of Benjen kind of left me going, who the fuck is this now? And just like everything that followed up, that had to follow or preceded Khaleesi on the dragon giving that speech. I mean, that was just such an epic moment. I mean, one of the greatest speeches. That's like, President Whitmore in Independence Day delivering his "Today we celebrate our Independence Day" speech.
Very
it's up there with that level of a speech. And it's like everything before that was like, well, the only thing I remember is being like confused by everything going on in River Run because of a Tarly Tully Tarly, Tully, Tummin, all the phonetic
Mantees.
stuff it's phonetically confusing, but no, I mean, sitting back, listening to Steph, listening to you, and like reflecting on the whole thing, watching it again, it's an episode that rewards you when you go back and watch it again and reflect on it.
Like 3 times.
You kind of do, and it's an episode that reminds you that there's so much going on in this kingdom that it's so easy to overlook things. It's so easy to like just quickly glance over it, but the more you delve into it, the more rewarding it is. I mean, George Martin and all these people have crafted such a wonderful universe, and it's just, for 6 seasons, you wonder how much bigger can they expand it. I mean, not only are they expanding on it, but they're redefining the history that they've already like laid out for itself. So it's just, it's a show that it's flawless. It's really flawless.
And there's even one more X Factor out there, and that's the kid in the rowboat. He's still out there.
Oh, we watched
we watched After the Thrones
thing, yeah,
and he was brought up. He's like, "What about Baratheon?" And the expert that they have goes, and she's like, "He's not really a factor anymore.
He's not going to be factored anymore. They're just going to keep him on the boat."
I don't know. He still has the name. There still might be a little bit of power.
He has the
left
name.
there.
I don't know what power he has. I mean, I think he was essentially there just to like have leeches put on him.
I don't know if they're ready to write him off. Like,
and let's not forget, he is a Baratheon. Stannis was his uncle.
Mm-hmm.
Renly was his uncle.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Those are both kings. One more thing before you cut us off.
Sure.
No.
We now have the induction of church and state.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We do.
That's
very
what I
much
touched
so.
on. Yeah. With
Yeah,
thank you, Sparrows and Tommen.
Yeah, it is very much. You're now going to have the Pope. The Sparrow has now become the Pope.
So does that mean we can tax the Sparrows Church?
Yes. And you can now have the Spanish Inquisition.
And they can hide all the money like the... Okay, moving on.
Anyway. So, on that note, you may be wondering, where can you find 4 Midwest Guys? Well, I'll make it short, sweet, and simple. You can find everything by typing in the number 4 Midwest Guys into Google, and you'll find our Facebook page, our Twitter page, our Podbean account where all of our podcasts are hosted, our YouTube page, which we're now trying to dual up. We're trying to put our podcasts on there as well. Video is coming soon at some point. I know we have over 1,100 followers on the main account. Hankenbauer is over 2,400, 2,300, something like that. So, but reach out to us, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, our email account, which is the number 4 MidwestGuys@gmail.com. Reach out to us. We want to hear back from you. I would love to take questions. I'd love to do a question and answer show. You got theories and questions about the show, maybe something we talked about, especially the Stoneheart theory. If you want to hear more about that, we'd love to hear your questions. So reach out to us, let us know what you think, and get back to us.
All of you people who read the books that we don't get a chance to, we'd love your feedback as well. Like, because we don't, I mean, I keep hearing that there's stuff that's deviating from the books. I mean, how is this deviating from the books? I don't know myself. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, please
help
let us
educate
know.
us. There you go.
Give us the background.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, Stephanie, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it, and with a cracked voice.
Yeah.
And Johnny.
Thank you for having me aboard.
Tell him what he wins, Johnny. All right. And for myself, B. Willie saying, don't like anybody on the show. Just don't do it. Unless he's
Except
Ramsey.
Like Ramsey to death.
And
Yes,
Walter
please.
Frey.
And Walter Frey.
They both have it coming.